Right now, you are probably continuing something you should have stopped months ago. Not because it's working, but because you already put so much time, energy, or money into it that quitting feels like throwing it all away. Welcome to the Unbound Mind, where we challenge cultural narratives and comfortable lies that keep you trapped in stress, struggle, suffering, and stuckness. So if you're ready to reclaim your power and set yourself free in business and life, let's go.
Unbound Mind. Say hello to the Sunk Cost Fallacy.
Maybe it's a degree program that no longer inspires you. A business project the market has rejected. A one-sided and draining friendship. Or a book you are forcing yourself to finish. The sunk cost fallacy is our tendency to continue investing in something because we've already invested in it, not because it's worth it. It's one of the most common and costly decision-making errors we make, pretending we're committed and responsible. But here is the crucial distinction that we often miss. The sunk cost fallacy isn't about avoiding all persistence or commitment. It's about learning to separate past investment from future value. Check it out.
Sunk cost thinking.
I must continue this because I've already invested 3 years and a ton of cash, and I can't let that go to waste.
Strategic thinking.
I should continue this because the future investment is likely to yield value regardless of what I've already put in.
The fallacy tricks you into treating past investment, which in fairness is gone regardless of what you do next, as if it's a compelling reason for future action.
When this shows up. The education trap.
You are 3 years into a degree you've grown to dislike, studying what you don't care about for a career you no longer want. But you can't quit because finishing the degree means recovering that investment. But those 3 years and that tuition money are gone regardless. So the question is, will the next year of study and future career move you toward a life you actually want?
The relationship graveyard.
You've been with someone for years. The connection has faded. Conversations feel forced. But you can't break up because of shared kids, friends, joint finances, and years of memories. You can't just throw it all away, can you? But the memories and experiences you shared are already yours to keep. Well, as well as kids. None of that justifies continuing a relationship that's no longer working for either of you. Besides, raising kids in an unhappy household does them no justice anyway.
The career drain.
Classic, isn't it? Being stuck in the role or company you can't any longer stand. Only because it seems to be stable, safe, and convenient. Well, stress, demotivation, dissatisfaction aside, who cares? Well, this is a shithole situation. But it doesn't mean you are destined to suffer till hospitalized. Treat it as a strategic stepping stone, not a life sentence.
The business money pit.
Your startup has burned through 50 grand and 18 months without gaining traction. Every bloody metric suggests the market isn't responding. But you can't just shut it down. If you just try it a little bit harder, pivot slightly, or give it more time, you can surely justify all that investment. But the cash and time are gone, whether the business succeeds or fails. The only question is whether continued investment has a real chance of making it work.
The corporate inertia.
You run an established business. All those structures and processes that worked for you are now security blankets. Even when those routines that brought success became competence traps that prevent adaptation, innovation, and progress. This is what's called organizational inertia, a fancy way of naming businesses stuck in their own shit.
The hidden costs.
Classical economists politely call this irrational because, frankly, it is. Smart decisions focus on future costs and benefits, not on recovering resources that are already spent. But your brain doesn't do pure economics. It does emotions, identities, and stories. And emotionally, walking away from something you already invested in feels like admitting failure, or worse, seeing yourself as a loser.
Why we fall for it.
So, why does the psychological trap feel so compelling even when we know better? As always, it's a poisonous brew of biases and emotions driven by thinking that simply isn't true.
The pain amplifier.
Losing 100 quid hurts about twice as much as gaining the same amount feels good. When you've already invested time, money, or energy into something, your brain treats walking away as a guaranteed loss. Actually, and that's an important distinction, your brain focuses on avoiding the feeling of loss rather than avoiding actual future losses. And more about loss and risk aversions is, somewhere.
The story problem.
You know, initially you made a smart decision. Well, you always do. But now reality suggests otherwise. How can it? This creates uncomfortable tension your brain desperately wants to resolve. You can't accept that your initial assessment was wrong. So, your mind starts shifting blame, coming up with elaborate justifications for why you should continue. This business just needs more time to find its market. This relationship would work perfectly if they just changed this one thing. This course is boring, but it will get better when I get to the advanced material. Every rationalization makes it harder to see the situation clearly, creating a self-reinforcing cycle where you keep investing to prove your original decision was sound.
Your project baby.
Invest enough time and energy into something, and it suddenly becomes your baby. Entrepreneurs know this intimately. Their business isn't just a venture, it's an extension of their identity. Walking away feels like abandoning a child.
The hope trap.
Oh, this one is cruel. The more you invest in something, the more optimistic you become about its chances of success. Plus, hopes and beliefs are viewed by society as virtues. But it's like inflating success probabilities only to justify continued wastage.
Screw the narrative.
Most people don't want to bear responsibility, so they come up with comfortable lies to justify sunk cost thinking.
I'm someone who finishes what I start.
These sound noble until they turn you into a stubborn idiot who'd rather drown than admit the ship is sinking.
Quitting will change my identity from a winner to loser, and everyone will know about it.
This is your self-concept, what you created in your own mind and decided to take as gospel truth. You carry on investing in things not because they serve anyone, but because quitting would challenge your self-concept and your public identity.
I tried to adapt before, and it didn't work.
So, you are using past failures as evidence that future attempts will fail. That's not wisdom. That's just expensive pessimism. Besides, how do you know?
I just need to wait a little longer, try a little harder, pivot one more time, and it will work.
Hardly. Basically, the deeper you are buried, the rosier everything looks through your Barbie tinted glasses. Now, before you start abandoning every difficult project like a serial data, let's get one thing straight. There is a difference between stupidly throwing money at a dead horse and strategically backing a thoroughbred that's just having a bad day. The sunk cost fallacy isn't about avoiding persistence, it's about avoiding stupid persistence, where stupid is actually your reason for continuing. Are you doubling down because you've already invested too much to quit? That's the fallacy. Are you continuing because the fundamentals still make sense and the future potential justifies the struggle? That's the strategy. And if you missed the previous sessions about strategy, profitability, and the power of compounding, it's maybe about time.
The mirror test.
Well, knowing about the sunk cost fallacy doesn't automatically make you immune to it. Your brain is wired to justify past decisions, and no amount of motivational advice will require millions of years of evolution. The real issue isn't lack of tools, it's lack of honest self-assessment. And most people can't see their own biases because they're too busy being them.
Regular assessment.
Ask yourself, if I were starting fresh today, would I begin this project, relationship, or pursuit? This doesn't mean you should quit everything that doesn't pass this test, but it helps you distinguish between strategic persistence and sunk cost thinking.
Track forward momentum.
Instead of just tracking how much you've invested, are you actively monitoring whether you are moving toward your goals? Are you developing capabilities, making progress, creating value, or are you just accumulating time spent?
Seek outside perspectives.
When you find yourself thinking, I can't quit because I've already invested so much, ask yourself, what would I tell my best friend if they were in exact same situation? Offer the advice you give someone else free from the emotional attachment to your own past investment reveals the clarity that sunk cost thinking has obscured.
Separate identity self-talk from investment.
Reframe I never give up as I make decisions based on what serves my goals, which sometimes means persisting and sometimes means pivoting. And you can find the forward-looking analysis steps and sunk cost thinking science in the comments below.
Unbound mind.
The sunk cost fallacy will keep haunting you throughout your life. Every time you've invested significantly in something that isn't working out as planned, your brain will whisper, but you've already put so much into this. It actually sucks because it requires admitting you were wrong. And most people would rather be wrong consistently than right occasionally. Your past investment has taught you valuable lessons. Use those lessons to make better forward-looking decisions instead of backwards-looking justifications. And if you are seeking a strategic solution, we'll cover everything you need in the Truth About Strategy playlist or Season 2 on podcasts. So you'll be perfectly equipped to shield yourself and your business from this fallacy. And one more thing. If you'd like to take the first step towards strategy as the main antidote to sunk cost destruction, treat yourself to the Strategist Toolkit. complementary materials to the From Purpose to Profit strategy guide. The choice between rational assessment and psychological comfort will always be yours. Most choose comfort, and you?